Hi, I guess we're back. And this is about to go turn. This will, of course, be part 2 of my reaction to Critical Role Campaign 3, Episode 6. Part 1 was there. Let's get started.
And welcome back. So, as you
all begin to
travel amongst the surface streets of Drusar, what is it that you want to do?
Well?
No, go ahead. No, you go ahead. You go ahead. You had a well, which is much more better than
I was just going to say, I feel like if we're talking mercenaries and we're trying to get more information about the anger, then...
Shake my trees, sure. Yeah. Let's head to the Crook House. See who's around.
That's really good of you.
Well, what else are we gonna do?
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
All right.
Following Ashton's lead, you head back to one of the what is a new path for a lot of you, but it's one of the number of familiar paths into the Fonzie Hollow, to the odd interior kind of social oubliette of the lightless hollow itself, climbing down the levels and layers and ladders until eventually you find a familiar exterior facade of the Crook House. There at the kind of brightly colored exterior and the door that awaits you, you enter into the chamber. The smell of burnt metal, like something that had been welded recently through arcane arc tool technology, or at least very, very heavily heated and electrically charged. That kind of scent hits the air, and but it feels like it's dissipated a bit. And at the first glance, you don't see Milo anywhere. Instead,
yep, here it comes.
You see Aniata, who's currently in the process of looking through a book and has a mostly eaten sandwich in her left hand, and she goes like,
"You can read?
You can talk?"
Good morning.
Morning.
Annie, this is everybody. Annie, I think you've already briefly met.
Hey, don't take anything.
Why were you looking at me when you said that?
So you're the kind of person that would take something.
How do you know that?
Because it takes one to know one.
You're adorable.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say back. Welcome to the house, I guess.
I've been running into some trouble. You haven't heard any word about, I don't know, some broomstone running around. And this is, I know, coming kind of even more out of the middle of nowhere.
I genuinely have no idea what broomstone even is, so probably not.
Just
expensive.
giving a little tab. Maybe want to keep those referenced.
Wow. I do it.
Don't fuck around.
Like the anger?
Like the anger. You know where they ended up?
I mean,
I couldn't imply you're that old, but...
Well, no, like, you know, they get reputations around here, but they're before my time. That's like old guard.
Do you know any old people?
F it.
I mean, Shadana's old. I know. She's old and...
But no, like, he was...
Old.
I think he was hired by the Loomis twins.
We gotta leave, guys. We gotta leave.
Loomis twins?
So Loomis or Loomis?
Loomis, like L-U-M-A-S.
What spire was that again?
Oh, that would be the Lucent Spire. That's where all them rich fucks live, but... I mean, that's getting up into the upper echelon.
I may have to see what we can do about that. Fuck.
You're not planning to go talk to them, are you?
Not personally, but...
Good fucking luck.
We'll see. They can be very persuasive.
Okay, yeah. No, go for it. Please, be my guest. Go ahead and talk to Mahan Loomis. Wish you all the best luck.
Is it hard to talk to the well-to-do families here?
Yes. I mean, I don't know where you come from if you want to talk to, very, very rich people out of nowhere about things.
Well, we have a rich with us.
We do. You all speak a similar language, right?
Sort of. They tend to isolate themselves from everyone. I think the only people that rich people fear more than poor people is other rich people.
His next one should be Imogen because they're going like
But maybe you have
across.
some riches in common that you could bond with over or something.
I'd gladly try.
If anything, honestly, you can just lead with saying that you're Lord, and they'll probably respect you.
You do
more.
look good. You look. I don't even know how you maintain
Okay, let's figure it out.
level of cleanliness in here, because this is, by its very design, extremely filthy.
Every night I have it. Anyway,
Annie, who's finished her sandwich, was like licking the fingers and just goes like
100 strokes.
and rubs it on the outside of the cloak.
charming. I will gladly help in any way that I can.
Did you get that gig, by the way?
I haven't gone into full audition yet. It's still about a week off.
You know what, Annie? It just occurred to me as you rubbed your food on Dorian over here. You were a little bit nervous or embarrassed to play for us before.
I wasn't nervous. I was embarrassed.
But if you wanted some guidance from an expert in the musical craft, well, we have one with us right now who could possibly give you some criticism or advice or help on your budding audition.
Oh, you're a musician, are you?
I am by trade.
Not just any
Is that how you afford your fancy clothes?
I have made plenty of money. What is the word? I'm a bard for certain.
Obviously, we've all heard of
Ah,
you. Please
there
tell
goes
me,
the
what's your
break.
name?
Yeah, breakdown, the breakdown, the boys.
Surely you've heard. I've played the Gilded Goat for certain. That was one a few months ago.
Make a deception check.
Fuck. Not real.
Come on.
Ooh. 17.
You see Annie's like looking at you real hard, waiting for you to fumble through this, and kind of goes like, "All right, well, what do you play?"
I play the flute, the lute, anything that rhymes with flute or lute. I'm kidding. I sing a little bit from time to time. I can play a
Probably
lute.
just
If you
use
gave me
these
one,
for,
I'd tap away at it.
For something else.
What are you auditioning for? Did you say audition, Ashton?
That was the word.
Yeah, that was kind of the word.
Not just any audition. This is the finest theater in all of the
Is
city. It's called the Dreamscape Theater.
It's kind of a shithole, but it is the finest shithole in the city.
What is your act? I'm interested. Is anyone else interested? Or is it just?
Of course, but we don't want to put.
I've
We
seen
don't. If maybe you could just have a private.
You don't want to put them on the spot, but you want to put me on the
Well,
spot.
you're a fantastic performer
I
of
gotta ask,
international renown.
Now, are you one of them like rich boy prepared music types, a lot of rehearsal? Or are you more of like an improviser?
Oh, I can do it all.
Jam session? Jam session? Is a jam session about to happen?
Leashes
Hand jam,
under.
I've seen
Oh
it.
my god.
I've seen it.
I got jam. Goes and starts making a little sandwich.
It's on my shirt.
See if you can follow. Pulls out this
wait,
kind of nice fiddle that she had kind of hidden underneath it. Kind of.
Are you gonna guidance him?
Yeah. I'm gonna cast enhance ability.
Yay!
All right. This isn't about me. You don't want two strings.
Oh, this is entirely about you, honey. I'm sorry. You walk in here looking like that, saying that you're a well-traveled musician. I can't lose an opportunity to take you down several pegs.
Oh, you shit. And I'm gonna pick my lute back out. And is this the devil went down to Georgia scenario right now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to Dorian and just sort of say, well, no matter what happens, just keep it positive and remember, you just don't rush the beat, all right? Okay. and I'll cast enhance ability, Eagle's Splendor, so you have advantage on all performance checks.
All right.
How does that look as you cast it upon him?
Oh boy. I've never cast this spell before. I don't
know,
even
that's
know
why
what
I'm
to do.
first time spells, not standard.
Sure. I'm going to I'll just have you look straight into my eyes, and my eyes will just sort of glow blue, and shine a light into yours, sort of lighting yours up blue for a second.
That feels nice. And I will start to lay down the rhythm section of a funky little rural beat.
All right.
Right as he starts to play, I'm gonna prestidigitation, and like little lights are gonna sparkle up around his head, and it's gonna look like in lights it says Dorian Stone.
If you could audibly hear an eye roll out of Annie as the head goes to. Is the company you keep? Sure. But as she's saying that to you, you can see the back of her heel is starting to pick up on the beat, just kind of instinctually, as she starts rolling into a bit.
Wait, come here. There's something in your hair.
Oh, thank you.
And as he bends down, a blue flower blooms out of Orm's hand and is now tucked into Dorian's hair.
Everything.
Sorry.
All of it.
I had to kick the battle music in, because here we are.
Crushed.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
And with that, as soon as you start laying down the beat, Annie starts hitting the fiddle, and it's kind of low string and pick up, kind of matching your beat, but also like kind of taking what you're laying down and beginning to guide it and almost trying to overpower it a bit. Make a performance check.
Come on.
With
With advantage.
Natural 20?
That'd be a natural 20.
Oh shit!
Oh!
See if you can get two.
Take this for money!
Plus your performance.
Oh, plus my performance 27.
Yeah, see, that all comes together.
Roll again.
I want to see you get
I'm not gonna get it twice. That would never happen. Oh, yeah!
What? Did you just recruit?
My friend!
Take a picture of that shit.
Do it. It's magic.
Oh my god.
That I feel blessed.
That may have just become. I might need to say those.
Leans in with a fairly fierce performance. How do you respond?
I could stop the rhythm section and just bust out a killer shredding solo, but I don't.
Not time.
I ease back and I set up a solo for her.
For her. Ooh. Now, Annie was feeling confident as soon as you set up the solo. In that moment, you see the look in her eyes of panic, as she wasn't expecting to be gone. She was pushing into you to try and get you off of your game, and you immediately reversed it on her. And in that brief moment, you can see there's a gap in her part, and for a few beats, the bow of her fiddle doesn't move. And then she kind of shakes and tries to catch up, and you threw her off tremendously on that bit. Let's go ahead and do another performance roll.
Oh my god.
This is a progressive challenge.
Oh, okay.
You're like, no.
You still have advantage.
Ooh.
Advantage.
Okay, 22.
22, okay. At this point, as Annie picks up and is now like kind of finding herself back in the beat, caught up, now she pushes forward into the solo. And with that, even though you're trying to meet her there, she, even just physical body language, she kind of almost begins to stand a bit from that sitting position where she was eating. She's now up and is beginning to kind of domineer you just from a stature. Even though she's effectively shorter than you from standing height, right now there is a force of intention there. And while you both are fairly evenly matched, she's beginning to crest beyond. She rolled pretty well and is like just starting to push over that, and her solo's starting to pick, and the rest of you are like, damn, this girl's got some skills.
Yep.
This girl's got some skills.
Damn.
God damn it. Let's go. This is the final roll.
Okay, final roll. Let's see what happens. That would be a 25.
Wait, did you advantage?
Nope.
Oh my god.
It might be better.
No, 25.
Okay. It both, as soon as her solo finishes, she immediately responds and throws a solo to you, hoping to catch you off guard. Are you off guard?
No, feels right. It's a great solo on her part. So I just answer right back, jump out of the rhythm section, and blast out a little high-pitched solo on a lute. Can you do that? I don't even know.
Even if you couldn't, you're pulling it off.
Sweet, let's go.
He's doing it, Peter. He's doing it. And as you begin to carry it forward, you can see Annie starting to look anxious and nervous. Looks back at you, continues to fiddle faster and faster, and is meeting that point before, ding! Oh. Natural one on her part.
Oh.
And she goes, fuck, shit, and just like stands up and storms off. All right, you're good. He's good. He's good.
Andy,
Not better than me.
Okay?
Are you okay?
Could you tell us?
Are you okay?
Oh, no.
Are you okay, Annie?
No.
Now, Annie storms out. Slams the door behind. Opens up and he goes like, someone dropped something for you in your room.
Oh.
And slams it again.
Hopefully it's not a death threat.
I'm going to go into my room.
That was amazing.
Anything, it was all you guys. It was the stage work. It filled me with confidence.
It was great.
What was that thing you did? That
I just wanted you to, grab the bull by the dick,
I did. I grabbed that. I did.
Well, I mean, they're gonna really know it if you grab them by the dick, right?
Yeah.
Right. Is that the same?
That's the same where I'm from.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the assist. Yes. Grab that dick
Hard
together.
to piss her off, but you did a really good job regardless.
I wasn't trying to. I wanted
No,
to.
it's super easy to do, but wow.
It was fun.
She appreciated it.
And she's very good.
No, she's very good. But damn.
As you glance into your chamber,
Yeah.
it's easy to catch your eye because your room is
That line
disarray. Yeah.
was
It's just the nature of the crook house.
kind of reminds me of
It is
a line from
intentional,
the movie
deliberate,
776.
tattered edges. It's kind of the colorful aesthetic of the interior.
The first
pristine wax sealed
play,
mist.
that's based on play, the first play to be
Is this ringing a bell?
a musical based on the founding fathers.
So official.
He's alone. He's
Take that
alone.
out.
Oh, damn it.
Narrate your own dreams.
Oh.
Okay. Get to that in a second. I'm going to put it in my pocket and come on in and
Everything okay?
yeah, maybe. We'll see. Give me a minute.
Yeah, you look real.
Visibly shook.
That was quite a performance.
It was.
It was. It truly was.
Is Effid here? We should talk to Effid.
Oh.
Is Effid around? Effid! Is Effid around? I'm going to yell loudly.
Well, Effid, is not in too much of proximity to the crook house, but with maybe a 5-minute jaunt out of the space, you can go ahead and find your way to Effid's place.
Well, I figured this
Is it
out.
Evan in relation to whatever it is you got?
Maybe. Don't know. Find out.
All right, so you make your way over towards Effid's abode?
Yeah.
Okay. As you all follow Ashton outside of the crook house, and climbing up about 3 tiers of the near opposite end of this, darkly lit chamber, you see this mess of rope and net that almost resembles a hanging nest, like an upside down hanging nest, within this kind of partially collapsed cavern that goes back about 20 or so feet. But the mouth of it and the roof of it is just this mess of heavily nailed in hanging pieces of frayed and rotted rope with like
I saw like a quarter
exterior
of
nets
the
that have kind
stuff
of
chat
partially
is just
been
where is Travis?
broken apart in places or have holes in them that have just been layered over and affixed where it creates this weirdly almost organic looking interior from a distance, but you get up close and it just looks like a bunch of scavenged shit that's been nailed and pushed to the walls to create this almost nightmare jungle gym aesthetic to it. You know this to be Effid's place.
What? You awake? You there?
There's a brief pause. And you start seeing from the dark
Of course,
interior
any
of the
other
chamber, there's like one little glowing light in the far end that begins to kind of
and
take
why also is on the list.
and they begin to approach in this swinging pattern towards you.
Oh my god, he's an anglerfish.
Yeah.
And you begin to see climbing upside down across the ceiling a male Aesfura, older in his years, with like a deep brown feather pattern that drifts into kind of a fading grayish yellow tint at the tips. You see the wings that come off of his arms. It looks like the feathers aren't coming out properly, and the arms are jointed strangely. But he pulls himself out from underneath and kind of dangling upside down, looking at all of you, these bright yellow eyes kind of peering from the shadowed expanse. And you see the beak, dark, almost black at the tip, kind of open up a bit with this inhale before it goes, "Hello. Did you call for me, Ashton?"
Yes, I had a couple questions. If you've got a second,
No,
I'm working on some stuff to
I
make
think
some
he.
money.
Very busy today, but
I think
make
what
it
he
work
does,
for
he
you.
introduced a lot of new races in this campaign.
Kind of scatters a bit
And,
close, and now is
so I think
climbing down one side, and you can see it looks like their arms were broken at one point in the past and didn't quite heal correctly.
existing
But
races
it
I
doesn't
found
slow
on
them down, and
D&D
they move
Beyond,
across
which
this space with a
and
speed
he-
and a grace that
so-
is impressive. And they kind of extend themselves out, and the neck turns, and you can see them kind of as they're paying it, still kind of staying focused towards Ashton, is very much curious and looking over each of you.
I'm sure Milo mentioned that I'm running with a new crew to try and pay the bills.
I've heard a thing or two, and I've seen you come through.
Couple things we're trying to track. Do you know where some broomstone might have gone in this city? We're trying to track a little bit of that around.
Plenty of it comes in and out, but it's all attached to ships.
This would be in the nude, so to speak.
Can't say I have. No. It's dangerous to move.
Yeah.
Why do you ask, cracked one?
We had to deal with somebody who was moving some around. It's been a weird week, you know. I'm sure you heard about the fucking murderous table carpet shit that went down, and then had to deal with this guy who was moving that shit around. We're also trying to find the anger from back in the day. And with all of this going the fuck on, one of these shows up in my room. I don't suppose you saw who dropped this off.
I did see a courier come through. Wasn't dressed like the rest of us. Looked like they were for money.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Who's it from, if I can ask?
That costs more than you have.
Well, you've asked a lot of questions, and they cost more than you have, so good day. And begins to clamber back into the cave, but the head that continues to watch all of you in turn kind of stops. Why?
You remind me so much of a friend of mine, Dr. Nesbitt.
Who's this Nesbitt?
It's a friend of mine. Oh,
Oh, shit.
oh, but we have to go.
Yep.
Oh, hello,
Dr.
I'm
Ned.
Fern.
I love her. I'm Method. The Fallen.
Don't let the name fool you. They'll fuck you up. It's a whole thing. I think he wants to know who this doctor is, if you feel like sharing.
Oh, it's not a real doctor. It's just, a bird that's a friend of mine, and I named him Dr. Nesbitt.
Hi.
Or reads a rope.
Good day.
Is this thing from General Learning, or is this like
with immediate speed, like catches it.
Professor Thaddeus?
Kind of shakes it and just listens, not even like breaking eye contact.
I never think that bloody bird is still alive.
You're very kind, Ashton.
Well, I'd like to keep on your good side.
You're doing well. Be yourself, you know. Proud of you. Tucks it into like this little side satchel pouch that's kind of affixed around one of the shoulders.
Did you know
Yep,
anything
someone
about
else
where the
brought up
anger
Thaddeus.
is?
Main worked for the twins before everything else turned to shit, and then begins to climb back into the shadows.
What you get is what you get.
What does that mean?
Before everything went to shit?
What went to shit?
Well, we have a lead.
Yeah.
What did you get? What?
This, at the moment, is nothing. It may be something. I will let you know.
Can we read it?
Rollies? Wow.
What'd you roll?
17.
Fuck, I did too.
Double
That's the
rollies.
third time we've rolled the same.
Any of you's played this game knows this shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
Rollies is a
Okay.
mysterious and wondrous thing.
So raw? Yep. Bearism. Bearism?
Are you redacting things?
Yep. Yep.
I love it.
Ashton, you redacted all of it.
That's what you get for a tie. Compromise, no one's happy.
I have an 8 when you are ready.
An 8?
Yep,
Like the number 8?
suppose so.
Wow, you really did redact it. I can't tell what that says.
Nope.
What if you hold it up?
Yeah.
And get like a.
Don't try to subvert his.
It's a perfectly reasonable subversion. Would not fight
Let me
it.
see.
I'll see if that pans out into anything, but that will require some private time. So that's not something I can bring people to.
You usually don't bring people to private time.
God, you made that sound weird. I'm so impressed. This,
So-
yeah, this is good. There's certain things we all have got
Sure.
some private shit.
We keep hearing about
The twins.
Loomis twins.
Yeah.
So,
Now we have a question
Next
for our
step.
patron.
That's true.
yeah.
We've got more information to bring to Lord
We
Estros.
got a question to ask. How can we get to meet the Loomis twins?
Maybe he can set something up.
Maybe we could.
Rich people want to meet rich people. Isn't that right?
It'd be interesting to tell us.
The opposite.
Yeah.
Is that, well,
Two-way,
one thing I would
maybe?
like
I
to
don't
maybe
know.
arrange
Fuck.
is maybe a ranger because
Group.
it's been a while since we've had one.
Diverse group.
Like,
Not
Maybe.
sure.
but
Lord
that
Estros
or
can make it
perhaps
seem like we're a bunch of rich people too.
a paladin, like both
Well,
different
perfect,
one
then
and
I
two
can
have
go do my thing while
paladin
you
facts
do that, because
and
that
the
ain't gonna work over here.
He might already have an inn. He implied he did, but
and
if he
the
doesn't,
board.
we
but-
could
But they didn't
bounce
start
back to
out with that
Thrash,
class,
our
so
friend
that would be
Thrash, the
interesting to
definitely
see
not
someone
leader
start
of the Hubat Corsairs.
my first.
All right. So head on up.
Let's see.
All right, let's go.
Anything else?
To Estros.
Okay. Not too far, still in the core spire. You head to the familiar estate of Lord Estros. There, Evelyn leads you in, and he is currently, this early in the day, still finishing his kind of delayed breakfast. You get the sense that he eats slowly in the morning. And as Evelyn leads you into the...
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys went to bed comparatively early because you were beat to shit and
Oh,
exhausted. Even though
That's
you drank,
incredible.
by the time you went to bed, it was like 10:30, which is early for you guys.
Started day drinking.
Yeah.
Fell asleep at 7.
I was,
Those are
my-
the best days.
Yeah, drop. I do have the layers on it, but if you drop it, then
But as you were led into the dining chamber,
then
familiar place
trouble
where you had
could
your
you
celebratory
still
dinner
use
when you
it if
finished
it's like
the
bell
first
trouble
leg of your journey
or
with the Lord.
that theme.
He's there in the process of he has his spectacles on and he's reading through some paper. And as you begin to enter, he kind of just holds up a finger to all of you. Hold on a second.
It could still work.
This is it. Puts it within a small case and sets it aside.
Good morning, friends. Am I to be of service to you?
Oh boy, bunch of things, right?
It's been a busy morning. Apparently, we're pretty productive.
You are not exaggerating. Very self-motivated, which is oddly rare for those in your line of work.
Well, first, we made second contact with the Corsairs. And it seems like there is some tentative interest in making your acquaintance.
If
We
that's
put in
all
a good word for you.
Yeah, if that's all right.
How eager were they, if I might ask?
They seemed a little unsure.
Less eager to meet someone of your stature, of your station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After a few hours, the ears
They don't want people with money.
don't really
You
get.
have it.
Aren't really that comfortable.
So really, that's
It is assuring. If they were too eager, that would spell ill intent, based on the dynamics in play. Very well. Do you have a place where such an
They said
request?
it had to be on their terms.
And
And
they
that they
would
would
get
think
back
it
to
over.
us.
Yes.
Very well. When you do hear from them, please do come to me. But I appreciate you making the contact, and I do hope it comes to some net positive.
They also
Endeavor.
said that they heard that you killed Madame Brudache.
Among other rumors that they did not know were true.
Oh.
You see his face harden as he looks towards you.
Struck a nerve, that one.
Madame Brudache was an honorable, good-hearted woman. I spent the majority of my adult life protecting her. I would never, ever have harmed her.
Is no one else going to?
I don't need to roll
I
any
don't
insight
know.
checks on this guy.
Yeah, it kind of feels genuine.
They're natural
Inside
insight.
check.
Their real world insight check is
18.
Oh, little mini whisper. Brought to you by Koozies. Please don't sue us. Koozies.
How can you hold that? It hurts
Also-
my hand just a little.
Maybe if you had one of our drink
You kind of
holders, it would be nice and soft.
Some sort of cozy of some
Yeah,
sort?
like a cozy, soft critical role. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you get
They're at shop.
We do have other than vague rumors, we do have some other things we could use some help with. The Loomis twins, do you know them? Do you have an opinion?
Goes and grabs the case that he was currently reading from when you arrived, and
Well, I had told your compatriot here, Orem, that I would look into making an arrangement, if I could, with Oshad. Unfortunately, while I can make the arrangement, Oshad is not in a place to meet at the moment. He is still recovering.
Recovering from what?
O'Shod had been working as the bodyguard to the Loomis twins for quite some time. But not more than a handful of weeks back, there was an incursion at the Mahan Loomis in which the twins were killed by an assailant or assailants.
Don't worry about that.
O'Shod was heavily wounded and is currently still recovering.
I had some idea of this, but it's been some time. They must have been grievous, these wounds.
Pulls out the paper and looks at it, and kind of...
It seems to be grievous, but treatable. And the Inger has been asleep for a number of this recovery period. While occasionally conscious, is not yet ready to make conversation with those who are immediate family. But I will push back, and I assume, and gives you a glance, that this is not an entirely surprising reveal.
No. Then we don't need to press. Let them take all the time they need. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, so
I will let them know that it is perhaps related, then.
That would be deeply appreciated.
Perhaps that would expedite their interest as well as Ushat's. Next time he is of conscious mind.
You know who might have wanted to harm the Loomis twins?
Well, there are many individuals from many places that have conflicts with...
If they don't choose a name this episode, I'm putting a poll on YouTube.
I am removed from a lot of those politics specifically.
Were the Loomis twins good people, or?
I did not know them personally, but they were known to be... At least how I assume, they were not involved in anything terribly dire. They were curious, if anything. Interests in those of the geological and scientific pursuits, if anything.
Broomstone.
Did anyone see what happened?
I do not know the specifics. You would have to inquire with the house, or at least whoever is responsible for keeping its orders functional while the heads of the house have been...
Assuming that the 23rd and the 30th actually will have episodes.
The nature of these attacks? What happened?
I only have
Well,
what
this
has
will
been ruled
we'll have 10
said
episodes
that,
this year.
What I have been able to eke out is that there was an attack within the house. And their hired protection guards, if you will, did not see or notice the entry. That is all I know.
It's one of those damn holes. It could have been a hole again. Do you have holes in your house?
Explain.
Leading to, like, the shade creepers.
Right. I greatly do not think so. I have not noticed any, and then upon you informing me of these strange creatures' recent maneuvers throughout the infrastructure of the city, I have done a thorough inspection, and I found nothing of the sort.
After an attack like this, would the groundskeepers or curators check the house for such a thing as well?
I imagine they would. Looking for any sort of unseen entry, means of sneaking within the premises beneath the nose of their very bodyguard. For someone or someone's to evade the hound-like nose of the Anger speaks of skilled incursion. That is worrying enough.
That doesn't sound like a 3-foot hole in the wall to me.
Well, shit.
I think in the meantime, we're content to wait on their recovery.
If their name does involve a bell, I expect someone to use like the Christmas bells to
We're doing well
recreate
together.
your turn to
In the
roll.
meantime, if there's anything that we can do to help you in your interests here in the city, I don't think I'm speaking out of turn. We'd be happy to help.
I appreciate that. Well, he thinks to himself for a moment. Barring this conversation with the Corsairs coming underway, whenever they reach out, at least keep an eye and ear open for their intent to communicate,
Travis Llewellyn,
since you are indeed the bridge between myself and them. Otherwise,
what?
There has been a series of mysterious disappearances surrounding the Dreamscape Theater as of late.
Cool. Beware of the theater.
Patrons.
Destroys the best of us.
Patrons numbering no more than 4 over the past 6 months
maybe.
have vanished. At least those that have been reported to the Wilders.
During shows?
I do not know the specifics. You'll need to speak with Stuvan Idrio to likely find out more about this, but...
Stuvan
Idrio.
Don't go to the theater. Yeah. Yeah.
The wardens have been supposedly investigating this for a protracted period of time, but have, to no one's surprise, come up short.
Alright. Is it hard to get tickets to the theater?
Not till you have
I
the coin.
thought Artigan would be
that is
mentioned with the mention of the theater.
Most immediate thing I can consider. The long game. Well, I'm still keeping a few threads out and about before I could even make use of your skills. We'll talk at that time.
Are you all right? You seem to have a bit of discomfort. Are you okay? Maybe I'm just reading your face wrong.
I have not sat comfortably in my space for a good number of decades.
Well, you need to get a more comfortable chair then, maybe.
Perhaps. That was...
I understand what you're saying.
Continue to work for me, and maybe one day you'll understand what it means to be ever looking over your shoulder.
That doesn't sound very fun at all.
No. But doing the right thing is not always fun, is it?
That's true.
Well,
Do you think it would be possible to get that letter of recommendation for the Starlight Conservatory?
right. Yes, I can begin to draft that immediately.
Thank you.
My apologies for the delay.
No, we never signed the contract, so...
The contract would make it more officious, but it is not necessary. I can put the paperwork together, officiate it, and perhaps be able to usher it off for approval to the conservatory.
Is that something that goes straight to them or something we carry into the conservatory?
Let me deliver it without your specific involvement. That may lend an air of credibility to it.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Of course. And I will let you know if I hear anything.
At your own time.
Quick question.
Yes.
Thought experiment. We're trying to, workshop some things. When you look at us as a group, first word pops into your mind. Just don't overthink it.
Eclectic.
Eclectic. That's difficult.
Eclectic.
Electric eclectic.
Ooh,
That's great.
Did I answer incorrectly? You seem unhappy with my response.
There's no wrong answers here.
I was not aware.
For my late 70s, early 80s kids.
We're still
The eclectic.
The eclectic company.
Eclectic,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
two on the nose.
The eclectic
Just us.
bells.
I apologize if I did not meet your expectations.
Bells.
Bells.
Troublesome.
Trouble.
Treble.
I am no good at branding. My apologies.
That has been in the thing.
Trebelectic.
I might be able to modify my existing.
Well, thank you. We'll leave you to your long breakfast. Thank you as always.
Of course. And if I may leave you with one final piece of advice. Nothing too hard to remember or say.
Oh, right. Simple. So
Beltrell, or is it since that's written?
No, okay. We'll work on it.
Do not. I steered you in the wrong direction.
Before we go, because this breakfast spread, looks fantastic. Can I top you off?
Oh no.
You watch him go.
Oh God.
Still warm.
It's amazing.
Hours.
And they just got fired.
Thank you, fresh cut grass.
You're welcome.
Seriously, that's all they do. They troll people.
Once you've left, and he scoots into the side of the table.
Shine a day to you.
Yep. We'll be back
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Long labored sigh.
Well, I feel like we're bouncing around like a pinball machine or something, right?
We got options now.
Now we go to what are the options?
Because the Loomis twins are dead.
No option there.
Oshad is still unconscious.
Yeah, should we go to the
So
theater?
what? What the fuck is up with that?
With what?
Part?
There was some sort of incursion.
Yeah,
It was
what does the
related
anger have to do with you?
to what you went through? Was there some sort of incursion?
And the Lord said that you would know, you would be familiar with this incursion, or
Did that sound familiar?
Did some of the Ashari?
what the
Are
fuck
they
is up
the
with
ones
that?
Sorry.
Fuck that.
All right, not right here. Where can we go?
We'll just walk and talk.
Let's walk and talk to the theater.
I think it might.
Well, I'm not going to answer your questions while we walk and talk.
Oh, it's like espionage secret. And we are easily followed.
We're also out of healing
I look-
potions,
I
so if
turn
we want
around,
to go
is
to
there
like the
anybody
Prism
following us?
Emporium or some shit like
two.
that to like pick up a couple
I have
things.
one.
Oh, you guys have one.
Is there anybody following us?
Bill,
Make a perception
troller or trouble.
What?
Well, actually, working.
check. Nah.
Nah, we're good, you guys. We're fine.
15.
15.
I still want the bell in it.
Nothing catches your eye as to being trailed or oddly keeping pace behind you. You feel comfortable.
Crowded.
Just all cram into Shadana's really quick. Have a quick convo.
Yeah, I mean, we're close by.
I'm
Yeah.
Do you guys want to meet Shadana?
Oh, she's the best.
She's so sweet.
very,
she's
very
away.
much so. Yes, I do.
She'll make you some
give me like the
mittens or
jingle,
socks
jingle.
or scarves.
Give me
She
a
knits.
Sure. Let's go.
you have to roll on Jingle Bells.
This I
That'd
can
be
see.
so amazing.
All right, so you head to the, the windowed
NPC
wall,
crawl.
Vidun Devar.
Roll
to say
three.
I got an NPC crawl.
You lead the rest of your troop towards the familiar abode that you've both been calling home for the past number of weeks that you've been staying here in the city. As you approach, the rest of you see amongst you've been here now a handful of times, the colorful, growing neighborhood of kind of clustered and stacked buildings on different tiers and levels here at the windowed wall. You come to this beautiful little homestead that's kind of tucked into this cluster of the neighborhood. You have to climb past a staircase to get to this front porch that is, you can see a lot of love has gone into it. The paint is like kind of cracking just from age and sun. But it has a beautiful view of the street below. It's only about 3 tiers up, as opposed to the higher one where you had the previous day gone and done battle with a creepy, weird
Jelly man.
jelly dwarf. But here you can see there's a window that leads inside. It's warmly lit from the interior. The door is closed, but it has this kind of sweet, loved-in atmosphere to it. And as you kind of step onto the porch, you can already tell coming through the open window, which it is open, and the kind of gentle breeze is coming through as the morning mist has already burned off and the day gets steadily warmer. There's a faint smell of like cooked fruit, like something that has been either fried or slowly heated, and it just has this kind of gentle sweetness to it.
Oh, Shadana!
Hold on. You hear ping, 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 ping.
Oh,
No, dang it.
Oh, well, I just go in and make sure she's okay.
You look over and there's like a pot on the ground and there's a few spilled what looks like some sort of a roasted and steeped like a plantain or banana type fruit, as well as some other leaves and such that are kind of spilled onto the ground.
I'll
She's
go
picking
start
them up.
cleaning. No, I'll clean this up.
Oh, don't worry, I can handle it.
No, you should go over. Go meet the
Flame.
Go meet the friends.
we have company. Is it all
That's a
right?
good one.
That's wonderful.
All right. A big group.
Look at Advocate
brace
Mind, but-
yourselves. Come in.
As you all walk in, you see this delightfully sweet smile on this elderly woman. Darker, deep brown, tanned, wrinkled skin from just life and sun and vibrancy. Gray, nearly white hair entirely that is right now just kind of let past the shoulders into this steadily spreading kind of boisterous tangle of hair that goes to about her mid-back. You guys are used to seeing her having it like pinned back,
Yeah,
but now it's just kind of let down.
possibly.
And kind of billows out behind and frames the shoulders. Her wrists are thin from her very baggy, what looks to be crocheted top that she has, this shawl over her shoulders and this long skirt, and just kind of looking back and smiling with these bright but beady eyes, these beautiful brown irises that peer at each of you and kind of looks at you with a kindness as you enter.
Oh, well, it is an honor to have you in my home. I fear that we're out of beds.
No.
But we have room on the floor, and I can retrieve
Shadana.
some.
No, you're so sweet. We're just popping by for a moment.
Oh, well, I was making lunch.
I'll help.
Oh, thank you so much. This way.
And she leads you over, and you kind of begin to gather. And you can see as you're like helping her pick up stuff, she's starting to pull from the shelves other fruits that she was kind of probably saving for the next day that she's now kind of adding to this kind of fruit stew kind of arrangement.
Amazing.
But she begins to prepare it. Thing that's like,
So, how'd you all become friends? With the sweet dear Laudna and Imogen.
Wow.
Hey, Shadana, I have a question for you.
Yes, of course, my dear.
May got an hour
When you
left.
look at us, what's the first word that pops into your head?
No. Just the sweetest. Did you know
I'm
they
starting
came
wondering
to
if
me
they will.
in the middle of the night and helped get rid of a problem in my late husband's bedroom?
They did. They told us about that. That's quite remarkable.
They are very sweet.
Sweet.
Very sweet.
The sweet bells.
Sweet bells.
Sweet bells.
Peppers.
Sweet peppers. Yeah, there's a pepper.
Sweet eclectabells.
The troublesome.
Sweet trouble.
Sweet trouble in little bells.
Yeah.
The
I
sweet
really want to
trouble
get Belle in there.
Eclectic sweet trouble bells.
I'll stop by the market and restock some of this, Shadonna. I'm sorry we're wiping you out right now.
It's all right. But yeah, if you want to pick some things up, I'd really appreciate it.
We've been so negligent with that. We've been so busy. We're sorry.
Oh, it's all right. I have many things to keep me busy as well. It's not done yet.
You see her reach over and pull up from this little, like, kind of comfy chair she keeps in the corner. It's this, like, bright red and orange and yellow knitted
I like to put
sweater
out.
that's, like, partially done.
exposed.
You can see, like, it's only, from, like, the shoulders and sleeves down, it's only about there. And goes,
I just thought that you needed a
Oh.
bit more color.
And
Goodness, Shadonna.
like,
That's so
like-
sweet.
It's
It's a bit of a crop top.
It's not finished yet.
Okay, perfect.
But you also don't require as much yarn as others.
Oh,
She's like a stick. You should eat more, really.
She's not wrong.
It talks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Hi there.
Where did you find this little thing?
We just sort of bumped into each other.
Oh,
hey, Shadonna.
Yes.
A question. Your husband,
Right.
he worked with the Wilders.
The warden.
The warden.
Yes. A long time ago.
Do you ever remember him mentioning someone called the Anger?
Oh, shot.
Not particularly, no. Might have. It was a long time ago.
She doesn't know. It's unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yes.
That makes sense. Did you ever make pottery for any of the Mahan families?
There were a few times that I sold some of my finer works to a number of, I assumed were part of the Mahan houses. They paid very well.
Oh.
Helped actually build out this home here at the time. My husband was, making consistent wages, but I was able to get us a nice place.
What was your mark if we ever find ourselves in one of those homes? Would be able to.
Oh. And she walks over to one of the shelves over to the side of the kitchen where you can see there's a lot of, like, bowls and plates that she has there. And she takes one down, and you can see it's this, like, beautifully sculpted kind of green jade color clay that kind of leads to this somewhat translucent top. You're not quite sure what material mix she used for it to get this kind of, dense clay to this kind of amber translucence to the tip. It's beautiful.
This is one of my prized works that I would not sell.
And she turns it on the back, and on the bottom of it, you can see kind of pushed into the clay, there is the S-H-I-D-A-N-A. Like, her name is just kind of gently carved into it.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I've never seen a translucent piece of pottery before.
Part of it involves multiple sources of materials. The basic clay, and then there are, if you can find the right arcane enchanter, they can transmute elements of the mud and the clay to take different material attributes. It's expensive, but it makes for some fine art pieces.
How much would something like that have sold for?
Oh, I would not sell that piece.
No, I know, but similar ones.
I would consider that one mostly priceless, but for others who would attempt at such things, they can run upwards to 200, 250 gold pieces for something like that.
That's amazing.
It costs quite a bit for the arcane skill set required to complete it, but that is what you have to do when you want to raise your art form to another level, they say.
This is a lot of pottery talk, isn't it? It's lovely. It's lovely.
Ooh, I'd like a bowl.
I'll take a bowl.
She goes ahead and begins to spoon out for each of you it's boiled down into almost like a syrupy type texture to it, and it has very much for a modern day context a lot of the like kind of syrupy fruit salad you had as a kid in the little cups, like the little.
Oh, I'm into that.
But
Cocktail
juice.
yeah, the fruit cocktail stuff.
Yeah.
But naturally created, not this terrifying abomination in a factory somewhere. I loved it too, but that shit is
in it, right?
not natural.
God, marshmallows.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna go and slice up some crusty bread to give to everyone to kind of cut through the syrupy.
Go for it, yeah.
Shadonna, we have a little bit of business to talk about, but just let me know if you are feeling left out.
Oh, not at all.
This is delicious, by the way.
Thank you.
Orange
If you
and
want,
yellow and red.
I have a bit of a secret. If you have the taste for it, do you like a bit of spice?
I love spice.
I'll eat anything.
She reaches back from the spice rack looking for the right one, and then pulls the lid and unscrews it and puts a bit of this kind of like dense brownish red powder into it and says,
Just mix that in a bit. It's a bit of a.
What are you adding
I've
there?
missed a home-cooked meal.
goes ahead and puts it in there.
It's my own special blend.
Ah, okay.
Do I have to roll something now that I put it in my mouth?
No, it's
Okay.
it's
Like chili?
it's
Fruit chili.
it's cayenne. It's
Oh,
like
so
it's
cayenne.
it just adds like a bit of really nice
Just like
spice to the
spicy
sweetness.
fruit.
Exactly. And it just
Yeah.
kind of makes it pop a bit and like kind of like tingle the tongue.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Orem, do you feel comfortable now telling us what you wanted to tell us?
We can go into our bedroom if that makes you feel better.
I think that's probably best.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, are we about to?
Quite a possibility. Shadana's actually a secret.
I am
spy.
not going to go.
Shadonna, do you have a
You
straw?
never know.
I don't think she's a
Do
secret
you have a
spy.
straw? Like a wooden with it that's hollow?
All right. Hold on.
And she goes and takes a stirring stick that is hollow in the center and goes,
This could function.
That will work. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
you're welcome.
Just take it.
I love her so much. I love it so much.
Jazz is chaos.
Jazz is chaos.
All right, tell us.
All right, we're in the bedroom.
It is a very tight space. This chamber is like
Very tight.
it's like 10 foot by 8 foot.
You
With
chose
a
it.
singular bed in the center. So when you guys are all in there, you're all
Wait
you're all
3
like
days, you eat fruit soup.
Yup, straight up.
Squished up on the bed. Eating
Epic
fruit
high
soup.
fantasy adventure right here. Retirement fruit soup in a tiny bedroom. Let's go.
In a grandma house. In a fucking grandma house. We're in a tiny bedroom in a grandma
Doilies
house.
everywhere. But while we're here, we can show you the hole under the bed.
This is the hole.
That was the hole.
Famous
Why did
holes
you
we've
want to
all
tell
been told
us?
about.
Okay, sorry.
three.
Here's the hole. Keep going. What's the deal?
Okay, so we're crammed in here. We're all having fruit cocktail. Everyone's got doilies. There's lace everywhere,
Dish,
plus
bish.
pottery. All right, so Orem would look out the window at the city for.
There's no window.
There's nothing.
It's just
This
a
is a
tiny
fucking
hole of a bedroom.
closed space.
All right.
You can look down into the hole if you want. That's the only thing.
Give me a minute.
Deep into the
Leave me
anus of
alone.
the city.
Then if there's no window, then Orem
Fireplace
looks
mantle, maybe?
Yeah.
looks at Dorian and Fern for a second, and then to Imogen and says, "You probably would have caught this off of me, eventually, anyway. That's good. You already know where we're from, where I'm from. A number of years ago, an attack was made on the seat of power there. What are you writing?
Nothing.
So, wait, did someone attack Tequila?
It was unique. The attack came from out of nowhere and disappeared almost before it started. A few of those assailants were dropped. And they evaporated, melted, before our eyes. That was years ago. Left more questions than anything else. And that's as much as I knew about it for years. Until recently. This gets a little tricky. A friend to the Ashari in Whitestone heard a rumor from a friend.
All right.
With me so far?
Uh-huh. Friend.
Who
Whitestone.
traveled here.
Heard a rumor. Who traveled here. All right.
Friend of Brescio's. Spoke with Brescio. Whatever the attack Esteros made reference to was similar.
Oh. So you heard of this attack? Came out here?
More or less. I didn't hear anything. This is above my
Right.
pay grade.
So who sent you to find out?
I was sent by the leader in my home. The voice of the Tempest.
So your leader was not one of the people that was killed in this attack?
No, very few were.
Oh, okay.
And it was fast. Anyway, word got back that something happened here. Maybe similar. And I've already been afield for a while and was called home, and I brought Fern and Dorian with me, and they sent us here to sniff it out. That's the whole story.
The people that attacked your village were...
I just lost someone like
what were they
posted.
after? Do you know?
Who
did they target?
Chat, no one can kill Keela, but Keela. Good reference.
Our leader.
But they didn't succeed.
No. And there's some question, some debate whether it was a legitimate attempt or maybe a test run, but years have gone by since this happened. I'd put it largely out of my mind.
Yeah,
Try to
Travis not Keela, they're not going.
And now, 5-6 years later, this rumor came back to my people, and we're just seeing it through.
Did you know anyone who died on that day?
Oh,
absolutely.
Tragic.
This was how many years ago?
6 years ago.
This happened in your town in Ashari.
Zephyra, yes.
Wait. Zephyr is the name of the town?
It's a little more than a town, but yeah.
It's like, so Ashari is not the name of the town.
The Shari are my people.
So the Ashari are the people who live in Zephyr.
And other places. It should be Zephronians or Zephyrians.
I was confused
That's
about
really
that as
confusing.
well.
Are the people here Drusarians?
Yeah.
Are they?
Often. I mean, if you're from here, yeah.
Okay.
If you live here long enough.
I didn't found the civilization.
Maybe you should have.
That'd be a trick.
Could have fooled me.
Well, you could go back in time and change things.
That's a fool's errand, my friend.
Wow.
Okay. So,
Okay, well, so these attacks may be related. There's someone out on the loose who wants to kill Ashari leaders as well as Drusari leaders. The rhyming bandits.
Rhyming bandits.
good. The evaporating rhyming bandits. Because they just poof out of thin air?
No,
Or do they melt away? Or do they turn to ash? I mean, Duggar turned to ash.
I watched two people melt into nothing with nothing left behind.
Was it magic? Or technology?
Technology. I believe it was arcane in nature.
Does this sort of thing happen a lot there? Big magic fuck-ups?
No.
No.
Well, thank you for telling us. But unfortunately, I don't know that changes our trajectory very much, does it?
No.
And you have no further information on the motives on why they attacked.
Does your leader owe a gambling debt to someone, or...
Yeah, maybe she got in bad with someone.
Right.
Not that I'm aware of.
Does she have any ties to Drusar?
Dabbling in the underworld.
I mean, she is in communication with people all over the world, but again, this is above my pay grade. I'm a guard. Part of her guard, but I don't. Present tense, past tense was part of her guard.
Well, if it's important to you, it's important to us, so we'll just keep digging in.
I appreciate it.
How are you going to get word back? If you do figure it out, do you have to go all the way back to Zephyr?
I haven't thought that far ahead. Probably could find a way
To send word?
to send word back, and if need be, I'll go back.
Wow.
Well, then I hope it takes a while, because I do like having y'all around.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's nice.
So, I feel like we've got some options.
Yeah, well, but to the theater again?
Well, here's my feeling is we've put the word out. Plenty of people now know what we're looking for, so I figure that trouble's going to find us one way or another. And in the meantime, we have a lead, and we have a theater, and we have a reason to get. We have a very easy in to the theater.
An audition!
What?
Maybe
We can pose as your managers.
And your road crew?
And you can audition and get in. Or we could just ask the owner.
Go to a show, and maybe if you get a show, you can get backstage. Take a look.
We could use your friend as well.
Well, let's go scope it out. Just see what this
Let's go
theater's
check
like.
it out. Let's see if it's fancy, if we got to dress up for it or
And
not.
worst case, I'm gonna rustle a few more bushes of my own that I kind of have to do alone at some point. See if I can pull anything out of thin air. But that's further down the line.
Seems like we've got a lot of irons in the fire.
Well, you put them out there, eventually something will snap back. I don't know if that metaphor worked.
So should we get out of this old person's bedroom?
Well, technically, it's our. Yeah, let's get out.
Technically, you are the oldest, I think. I actually don't know that. At the moment, I'm assuming you're the oldest.
Well, I mean, he might be.
Well, he's only 2.
They're two.
That's true.
I wouldn't go making bets on it.
Oh, how old are you, Dorian?
Oh, 27.
I'll make a bet on anything. I don't know.
Inside check. You're like 70 years old or something.
Also have
Make an insight
an
check.
impressive skincare regimen.
1.
27.
I am 20. I am
27, you are 27.
27.
It's a Dremel with a polishing wheel.
17.
I'm 17.
All right, we're getting out of here.
All right. Let's go.
Where you
See
heading
if
to?
let's see if there's tickets to the theater.
Yeah.
On the way out, I'll just. What's her name?
Shadana.
Shadana. Thank you. Thank you for your hospitality, and congratulations on a life well lived and hearts changed and love spread. You really did it.
Oh, you're extremely sweet. A little macabre. But I appreciate all of you coming. I hope you enjoyed your food.
Thank you for the fruit cup.
Anytime.
On the way out, I'm just gonna give Shadana 20 gold.
Oh, Imogen, this is far too much. This is... Please, I don't even know what to do with this.
I'm gonna tuck it away in her knitting supplies. I'm gonna leave.
We'll bring back some produce.
Thank you. Potatoes?
Potatoes!
If you don't mind.
Writing it down. Potatoes. Are you almost out of eggs? Eggs.
Yes.
Bread. Oh, I ate all the bread. Bread
as well?
Eggs, bread, potatoes.
You're so kind. Thank you.
Pick up more plantains as well.
All right.
Really iffy on plantains, but okay.
Maybe we'll mix it up. We'll see what's on in the market.
We can continue to roleplay the shopping list if you like.
No.
But
I mean, that voice is entertaining. But
I don't know where the fuck that came from.
I love you.
But-
I want French toast with plantains.
Oh,
God.
That was so good.
So good.
Anyway,
all right, so you are heading towards where?
the theater.
All right.
Oh, the
Now, you know exactly where it is, though you have not been a patron of it in a long time, if at all.
I go to a show on occasion.
Yeah. But as Ashton brings you around, it's on the opposite side of the core spire where a majority of the main streets are here. It sits in a space where there are other shops and kind of a smaller thoroughfare than like where the Spire by Fire and the main street is, as it prefers to domineer over the space that it occupies. And you can see why as you come around the corner. Even in the kind of midday, late afternoon time that you arrive, you can see amongst the other 1 to 2 story buildings that you can see at a glance are either residential or smaller business oriented. Already you can see the 3-story almost pagoda-esque display of this scalloped multi-tiered roof that is covered in dangling magically lit baubles that just kind of swing with the wind. And as they glow, even bright enough that in the mid-bright jungle daylight, they still can't help but catch your eye as you turn the corner and see the deep crimson, purple trim set roof that sets this tiered rising structure. And there upon it, you can see all manner of posters that are placed upon each level. And you can see performers and dancers like frozen in time. And as you look and focus, you watch, they're not frozen. They're gently moving. Each of these is some sort of an arcane image that is placed upon the side that is capturing a moment in time that slowly passes. You assume from either some past performance or some hopeful artistic endeavor. But it is a kinetic sculpture as much as it is a structure. And as you get closer, you can see in the lights, there are posters. There is a soft music that emanates from within, a massive double door that is gilded in gold around the edges. It is extravagant. It is, dare I say, gaudy in comparison to everything else around it. You see a neighborhood that consists of earth tones and muted colors, and in the middle of it is this screaming gem of a structure that's saying, "Come and look at me." This is the Dreamscape Theater. So, You can see at this point in the afternoon, it looks like there isn't a performance happening, but there are people that are beginning to arrive, people that are entering, and you do see within the immediate entrance, there appears to be 2 pedestals and individuals that are having conversations or taking tickets. You're unable to see from this distance, but there is a little bit of business going on within the interior.
Should we just go see if we can talk to the owner?
Sure.
Sure. I'll walk up to the person.
Well, I mean, they might not want to talk about patrons getting kidnapped from their premises.
What if we say? Oh, we're not allowed to say who we were sent by.
What if we
Are
just
we
ask
ever allowed to
about
say
the
who we were sent by?
auditions?
Oh.
We could.
Or could we see what's playing tonight?
That was my thought.
Yeah, sure.
Get some tickets. See a show, you know, for work.
Maybe we could just start with rumors with other audience members.
Oh, yeah,
Gossip
yeah,
and
yeah.
scuttlebutt.
Look at that.
Any employee loves to gossip.
That too.
What do the other people look like that are coming in here? Are they dressed up, or are they dressed down, or is it normal?
At a quick glance, you can see it's an array, but the baseline is moderate to some that are a little more well dressed for an evening out at a performance. You do see wandering in the outskirts a couple of what would be considered the lower class folk of Drusar, but some of them are kind of looking hopeful, or others are just kind of maybe waiting for other individuals they're meeting up with. It's kind of a wide spread here, and you get the sense that this isn't like an exclusive space that only caters to like the Mahan houses and the elites of the home. This is definitely a place that has a tiered structure to welcome anyone who has the gold to pay and to see the performances that can be found within.
You know, if you volunteer as an usher, you can see it for free.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Definitely.
Standing room only.
No experience with it.
Wow.
It's too real.
Just a thing I heard.
Should I check on tickets?
Yeah, let's see
Yes,
what's going on.
Okay.
Is there a ticket booth? Ticket window?
As you, not like a window at the exterior. This is not a classic
Just
theater.
asking a question.
But glancing inside, you can see there are 2 individuals that are dressed in what looks to be similar attire. That is like long black, almost like drapery-like robes that like fall off the mantle and cover most of their most of their form. It looks almost like it's a long dress that essentially obscures most of their body beyond their hands. What looks to be a little bit of gold trim around it that matches what you can see inside of the main kind of antechamber that leads deeper into the theater and the actual main performance chamber. Similar kind of black aesthetic with gold trim around it. And you can kind of at a glance see there is a familiar uniformed connection between them. You see to the right of you an engaged in conversation with probably a little more, middle class couple and kind of a little bit of laughing, passing conversation. A human woman, probably in her early 40s, who is engaged there. And to the right, you see currently unattended, as the individuals they were speaking with move into the main theater proper, a halfling man in probably his late 20s or so is standing on a pedestal to match the height of the other individual. But the cloak they're wearing, that kind of robe aesthetic, moves past and beyond and puts them on a similar stature. If it's only the proportions of the shoulders and the arms and your familiarity with traveling with Orm for so long that immediately lets free the idea that this is a halfling individual. But you see him, he has a very, very well-trimmed beard that is tight to his, somewhat thin face and features. His hair is definitely like combed at a unique kind of swish of an angle. It gives it almost like a thin, artistic presentation of what would be considered the general aesthetics of the city around you. And as you kind of make eye contact with him, he glances over to you with arms open.
Oh. Yes, hello. Is this where you purchase tickets for the show?
If you have not already purchased a ticket for the afternoon, a matinee performance, you may purchase them here, yes.
Okay. How much are they?
Where do you wish to sit? There are 3 sections which you can purchase. Seats are available. The matinees are not quite as busy this day.
but if you would like the front stage seating arrangement, that would run about 10 gold per seat. If you would prefer the kind of middle region of it, about a gold per seat. And if you would like the challenged back seats, those will run you about 2 silver a seat.
You might want to rethink their section.
Is there? I know. Are there any seats like box seats that overlook the rest of the audience as well?
There are, but I believe they are currently sold out for the matinee. My apologies.
Could we? Okay.
Do you need any ushers?
No, I think we're fine, but thank you.
You volunteer. All right, okay.
We're good, thank you.
All right.
What about for the evening performance?
Oh, ushers?
No, the box seats.
I'd have to look at the current sales schedule, but usually the evenings are busier than the matinees.
Right.
We can wait while you look.
Are you sure they're sold out? And I'm gonna reach into my coin purse and I'm gonna pull out 10 platinum.
Wait a minute. How much fucking money do you have? You have 10 fucking platinum?
All right. You pull out 10 platinum, and he looks at you strangely, and then his eyes go wide. Oh, I'm sorry. There must have been a mistake. There is indeed availability within the left box seating arrangements that, of course, immediately at your disposal.
Big mistake.
Huge.
You work on commission?
Thank you so much for your help. And I'm gonna shake his hand with the money.
You're gonna give him you're giving him 10 platinum for that?
Yes.
You're giving him 10. Okay.
It is indeed my absolute pleasure. And do not worry, we will handle and take care of everything that you and your compatriots would need for the evening.
Evening or afternoon? Did you get matinees or evening ticket?
Right now.
Right now, matinee.
Is there?
Yeah, we'll say. Look at that. It's sunset. Early sunset. Early
We had a very nice little lunch.
The night comes
there
on
was a
fast
salad.
here.
It's
Yeah.
jungle, you're right on the equator.
Well, it's the time of the year where the sun goes down
It's
earlier.
like 4 o'clock. What's happening? Yeah, it's a joke for the Americans.
And immediately, like, kind of claps and kind of looks off to somebody you don't notice, and you see like 2 individuals behind a curtain within this main antechamber, kind of like look, and they wander off. What were you gonna say?
Is there? Do you have auditions? How does that work?
Not for the show tonight. There is. It is very much a set troupe performing.
Who's playing?
This is. Find it here. Hold on a second.
Yeah, here we go.
Kendra's Flying Lauders.
Kendra's
Flying. What was that last word?
Lauders.
Lauders? Rhymes with otters?
Mm-hmm.
Kendra's? Oh, I wish it was otters.
Man, I'd pay money to see otters fly.
Flying
Fuck.
otters, yeah.
Flying otter?
Pay 10 platinum?
For a flying otter? Wouldn't you?
I mean, fair.
Before you show us to our seats, we've heard tell that some of the patrons have
Just jumping in.
gone missing.
I have not heard of such a thing. That's that's absurd. Rumors that spread in this city by ill folk. How are you talking? You're.
Oh, everybody talks.
Terribly sorry. I believe your machine is malfunctioning.
Insight check. 11.
11. You don't get much, but you get the sense this isn't a line more than a like. What are you doing? We're in a public space here with people who are paying tickets to be here. What are you? No, of course that never happened. You get the sense this is someone denying something that maybe they're just like, no.
Yeah, it's not like they were gonna. Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
I really love your jacket.
Oh no.
Thank you.
Oh no.
I'm gonna try to take the 10 platinum out of his pocket.
Whoa.
Make a sleight of hand.
My God.
I love Dome.
God. Oh, God.
Dirty 20.
Oh, dirty 20, dirty 20.
Roll.
As you lean in and kind of like grab the ropes.
Lovely lapel.
Oh, thank you so much. It's part of the attire for the establishment. But it is not for sale. He takes it and like tugs it back.
Oh,
it is,
of course not.
It is our presentational aesthetic, if you will.
Oh, just so well made.
Well, thank you. Well, given the fact that you are patrons of the arts to a certain degree, if you wish to find the name of the individual responsible for making these fine garments, I could pass that to you before the end of the show tonight.
Oh, I would love that.
I'll go ahead and ask around.
Oh, thank you so much.
But nevertheless, hello, Siron. Could you please show our guests to the lower right box, as they are our esteemed guests and patrons for the night?
Thank you.
You see as a dragonborn comes from through the curtain. Looks like an older dragonborn, like the scaled brows are droopy on the eyes a bit, and the snout kind of drags a bit. It's kind of like dark blue scales that kind of go to like a lighter blue at the tips of the snout. And yeah, very much like a dragonborn basset hound, and kind of comes through and says, "Okay, I'll show you to your box."
Thank you.
And kind of like shuffles past and leads you on, wearing a similar garb, though shorter, not quite as long as the halfling as you pass by. You do recover 6 platinum.
Okay. I wasn't going to take all of it. So this is good. Okay. Great. Great. Go.
Pretty good.
Fuck. Yep. The low roll, you might have found something that wasn't the platinum.
I rolled a 19, so. Damn.
Cyril, you like working here?
Sneaky. What's
Oh, it's been fine. I've been here most of my tenure here at Drusar. Oh, yeah.
21.
Got it. Gotta say, one of the reasons we came down, we've been hearing like crazy rumors about some of the stuff going down here. Now, like off the record, you wouldn't have any like interesting story. We've heard people disappearing, strange things happening at the theater.
Make a persuasion check.
Fuck. Nope.
Just gotta learn the hard way.
4.
Oh my god, you were so
I'm
bad.
terribly sorry, sir. I haven't heard anything like what you're talking
no, that's
about.
good.
We are but a humble home for the arts here
Yep.
in Drusar, and
Yep.
I'll show you to your seat.
Sorry I asked. That's good.
As you are all kind of walking through, I guess kind of like what order are you guys heading in?
Oh, marching order.
I imagine Dorian would have been in the lead.
Depends. I don't know how you feeling.
Yeah, but stick with the act of air of importance. Yeah.
All right.
I'm in the back.
I'll be
Okay.
next to Dorian.
I'll be next to you.
How about the dead lady in the center?
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll be next to F.C.G, wherever that was.
Okay. All right.
Look like 3 bodyguards walking behind him.
Mm-hmm.
You all are led to the box. There's like a small door off to the side that leads you to a staircase that leads you into the lower box where you're situated before it passes on to the upper level. And there inside you can see it's only 6 chairs arranged in the space. And the Dragonborn gentleman is,
Oh, my apologies. There must have been a miscount. We only have 6 seats in this
That's all right. I don't need to sit. I'll be fine.
Very well. Enjoy the show.
and kind of closes the curtain behind him as you all stand there. The stage is lit, though empty, with the curtain closed at the moment.
All right. Have you been to shows like this in the past? I mean, do you know what we're gonna see?
No, nothing like it.
Did they give you a playbill or anything?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get one.
Oh.
What's
Someone
that?
check my seat for a playbill. Sitting on the seat for us.
There is no playbill.
What's the biggest place you own?
No, I was just scanning the audience, scanning the room, seeing
Oh, good
how
idea.
good
That's
of a
probably more
view we
important.
have.
so. What was the
How
last show
high
you saw?
above the rest of the crowd
16.
are we?
Over here.
How high is this seat?
You're not in the upper box. You're in the lower box below it. So you're maybe like 10 feet above the floor.
Okay.
Perfect.
So you're still like you guys are you guys are actually really good seats. You're just above stage level on the left hand
Never had
side.
seats this good for anything.
I know. This is
What'd you want?
nice.
16.
16. I mean, people are filtering in. It looks like it's probably not going to be a full house for this matinee, but it's got a decent enough crowd. People from all over coming in. You can see up the front, of course, there are people that are well dressed that are making a night of this experience. This is like the first step of their evening out. Other folk are filling the space. To the very back, you can see there are a handful of what looks to be kind of soot-covered workers that are in the process of kind of like taking off gloves. So they came here right after work, and some of them look excited, like this is something they've been looking forward to. This is their treat for the week, if you will.
Trying to clock people, trying to clock exits. Just want a kind of general sense of who's where, if anyone's hanging back.
Yeah, totally.
From our angle, can we see into the wings a little bit from where we're at all?
On the diagonal.
Yeah.
At a diagonal, no, because the curtains are closed.
Okay. Oh, they're closed. Okay.
There is a small pocket there, but it's so darkly lit from this distance. Make a perception check for me.
Good call.
18.
18. You can see some motion back there. Not much beyond that, but as you scan back.
Oh.
Whispers.
So many whispers tonight. We're just playing.
Yeah,
Dr.
it's
Whisper.
The Exandria postcard 6-pack set features postcards from Amon, Rexentrum, Roshana, Aor, Ankarel, and Vasselheim.
Roshana.
What did I say?
You said Roshana, but so it should be Roshana.
Happy Rosh Hashanah, everybody. Whitestone joggers exist. And that's it.
They're very comfy.
They are.
Oh, I'm wearing the.
You're wearing the
Nick
Nick
Jonas
Jonas
ones.
ones.
Buy them. Sorry.
Or rent.
Share. Okay.
I've never even been in a building like this. What's the largest you've ever played?
Nothing like this. Ever. It's amazing. I'm kind of just excited for the show, but I know we have things to do, but I'm excited for the show. Can I be both? Is that all right?
Is this like a Lord C or Lord D? Like how many seats?
Do Lord D's even still exist? What's the equity contract? Is it $768 a week?
Boy, this is the group for this event. I don't know if anybody else can appreciate what's happening as much as this group can.
There's a few of you guys out there.
Yeah.
Oh, all the theater kids are watching.
Oh yeah.
How many seats in the house?
At a quick, roughly at a quick glance, you'd say probably in the neighborhood of 200 to 250. It's not massive.
I want to go back to the theater.
Oh, it's tiny.
Yeah.
Well,
By,
okay. By comparison.
So have
Look up.
They're comfortable. They're not like tight, like packed modern theater seats. Like every seat is somewhat comfortable and spread out a bit in the space.
so like room at the front for.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd say actually including the very, very back row, which is a little more just scattered stools and stuff, there's probably additional 100 seats beyond that are just uncomfortable wooden stools to sit on. But the actual seats you see are probably about 250.
Old school. You
It's
got
not
to
a
rent the
little more
pillow.
than
Is it, how are the ceilings? Can I see? Is there a grid?
There is.
Is there a catwalk? Can people come in Phantom of the Opera style?
They've been running Phantom, so there's a giant chandelier on Still swaying from the previous performance.
Yeah. And just like Phantom, the cast has done it 600 times, and you can tell it's just not into it. They are just fucking over and ready to jump into a river.
This I swear by the stars.
Oh no.
Anyway, there is no grid, but you do see there are two upper platforms in each far end, a little bit back and above the box above where you are, where you can see there are individuals holding some sort of tubed arcane device that has a faint glow at the tip. You're uncertain what it's used for.
Yeah.
T-shirt cannon for
Yes.
sure.
Roll to attack.
T-shirt's gonna fuck with your AC, man. I can't put that on.
Raised it down.
All right.
The dragonborn usher that brought you here kind of comes through the curtains once more.
I'm terribly sorry. There is a patron who wishes to speak with you.
Well, a patron. Sure. Where, or?
Just below.
They can come up here.
They're not allowed up here.
But we paid for this, and can't we have anybody up here that we want?
I suppose so.
Bring them up.
Unless you want to go alone.
No.
I'll go ask.
Thank you. Shuffles back out and heads down.
Patron.
I just felt.
I like the flex.
Yeah, that was good. I just felt I didn't want you to go alone. These Whoppers are delicious. I haven't had one in a while.
I do not know who would know me here, but I will say this. As our friend said, we are very conspicuous, and I saw someone from the Corsairs.
What?
Here? Following us.
How do you know? Oh.
I saw them. We saw them before at the Elder. I can't recall the name.
Elder suppose?
Yes.
Well, we'll see who this is if they come up. And if they don't, if you go down, maybe you should take one of us with you, just as a say.
Rather not die. Yeah.
Happily. I am in the mood to punch something.
A few moments pass, and you can see when people are filtering in, finding their seats. You begin to see a handful of musicians that are beginning to head over towards the front of the stage into a small pit up front, and they all look like they're just coming to punch in for the day.
Too real.
Sad.
Respect.
We've all been there. Until eventually the usher returns again.
The patron is wishes to speak with you alone.
Just a moment.
Of course.
Guess you gotta go.
Sending stone?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Or do you want to be a mouse or something on his shoulder?
A few minutes.
I toss you the sending stone anyway.
Remind me. How does this?
I
rub it with your rub, and then say. And then
Yeah, you have to say it. But
I've got to think.
I will have mental connection with you for a few minutes at least.
All right.
Would you like me to come with you, or do you want to go alone?
I think he said I have to go alone.
Yeah, but she can be.
Try and stay within sight, and if you're not in sight of this box, make sure that where you are is in that message. I'll come running at full speed.
All right.
See if you can meet him in the house.
Okay. Keep it public. All right, I guess I'll go. To use the restroom anyway. And I'll go downstairs.
Okay. You head down the stairs a little bit after the usher's already left, and as you're heading down the stairway, make a perception check for me.
I don't like this at all.
I don't.
What if this is how people get taken?
Oh, 5.
5. As you're about to leave the staircase into the open light of the arrangement, you feel a hand grab your chest from the side, a person who was kind of hiding in the shadow there that you didn't notice, who just kind of holds you there. And a voice goes, "What are you doing?"
We're just here to see a show.
No, what are you doing?
We're searching for. We heard someone was missing here.
You look up and you can see like the gauntleted hand of the leather-clad individual, the hood just barely visible from the light that's creeping through from beyond the curtain from the main chamber itself, holding you there. Pulls the hood back, and you can see there's the square jaw and kind of wavy mop of shoulder-length black hair with the gold septum-piercing, sea glass green eyes of the burly, familiar visage of Cyrus Wyvernwind.
Who's that? What?
Who goes?
No.
What are you doing?
I'm on my own. Let go of me. And I'm gonna push his hand away.
Just kind of looks nervously about. We need to talk.
Here now?
Soon.
Fine. Just. How are you here? How did you get away?
Same way you did.
No. But Mother. Father, what are they doing without you?
I don't know. I just followed your lead. As he looks down at you, your taller brother.
Yeah, it's a brother.
Maybe we are meant to wander, I don't know. And his hand reaches out, and this time less aggressively, but just kind of presses it against your chest and says, "We'll talk."
We should.
After.
All right.
I feel like that we're about to get a...
Then he just goes to the curtain back into the main room.
I'll take a minute to collect myself and give it a second, however long I think it would take. And then I'll go back upstairs. Shake it off, and I'll pull back the curtain to our booth. Just a lot of nothing. Someone who'd seen me play at a... well, I told you I'm from here. They saw me play and saw me up in the seats, and they were wondering if I was part of the show, if I knew anyone. It's just an old patron.
You're famous.
No. Well, I guess so, if someone's recognized me from that far away. Thanks.
Pretty cool.
Appreciate it. Anyway, I'm so excited for the show.
At this point, you start hearing the different instruments beginning to warm up a bit, begin to play. The interior of the room, the chatter and laughter and whispers and the sounds of an audience growing impatient begins to subside as the music begins to swell. As the lights begin to brighten from those two platforms, an arcane beam of magical sunlight emitted onto the stage from above, onto the curtain, as the room falls into silence, beyond the music playing, as you all adjust to your positions and look out over. Dorian, you just can't help but be lost in thought. As we finish there for the...
I knew we're gonna get... Yeah. Well, I need to get back, so I don't...
One last little detail in there, and that is that as soon as Dorian gets back, Orem untenses his hand and realizes how hard he's been gripping Sending Stone. And then shoves it back into his back.
You got it. We'll pick up from there next week at the Dreamscape Theater.
so much intrigue.
Oh, I want to go to the theater.
There it is.
Brother?
I do.
And you've got a letter?
Yes, I do. You got 3 of them.
And you're dead?
You got money?
And they still technically don't have a name yet.
We learned
so much.
Kelton still has a chance.
Alrighty, we'll pick up from there
Well,
next week.
If you like this video, like,
I know.
then leave
Thank
a
you all
like,
so much for joining us.
subscribe,
See you next week within this adventure.
stay
I love you
grounded,
very much, and
especially
visit
if you
Thursday.
love like the Bellator's. First, I could give it. Goodbye.